Before we start this video, I just want to let you know that in the description there are links and places to donate to any of these places to help people out in need whilst there are wars and genocides going on. I really want to use my platform to get these out, even if it's just a small platform. So if you can just donate or even just share any of these, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
And the Oscar goes to? Are they playing us off?
No. Well, maybe.
Another year, another video predicting who will win at the 98th Academy Awards. This year, for the Oscars and entire awards race season, it's been an absolute crazy race. Crazier and way more exciting than last year. And in general, I think the calibre of films, performances, crafts, everything beats last year as well. So it's just been a great time all around. With all these crazy races, let's just jump right into it. Now, obviously these are just predictions and I am no professional awards pundit. Half my predictions is just what I see on the award experts app. But then I also kind of make up my own opinions from there, and this is what I've come up with. I am not going to get all these right, and some of these are a bit of a shot in the dark, but it's kind of like the same old, but there's a lot to discuss and it's very, very, very exciting. Let's just start off with all the below the line categories. Documentary short, animated short, and live action shorts are categories I really should get into and actually watch them, but I rarely do because it's quite hard to get that. Although saying that, I actually have watched A Friend of Dorothy from the live action short category because it's on YouTube for free, so if you at least want to watch one, please go and watch it there, it's great. But again, I'm just going to go with what people are saying on awards expert. So for live action short, I'm going to go with Two People Exchanging Saliva, animated short, Butterfly, and documentary short, All the Empty Boxes. For documentary feature, now this one is actually quite interesting because there seems to be a couple that could have a good shot. It seems right now that The Perfect Neighbour is the one that people are going for. It's on Netflix, it's quite accessible, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it. But then Mr. Nobody Against Putin won at the BAFTAs, and I've heard lots of good things about the Alabama solution as well. So those are the three I feel like can go either way, but I think with how much it's doing well and it's also been winning in other places and just the general accessibility, people being able to watch it, I'm going to predict The Perfect Neighbour as well. Best animated feature and best original song is already wrapped because we can group these together. We know what's winning. It's K-pop Demon Hunters Night and no one else. It's taking both of these. It's been sweeping the entire season where it's been nominated, so it's fair to say that it's getting these both. Also, I saw someone say the other day that not only is Golden a good pop song, but it really is the heart of the film. It's the I Want song, its theme comes throughout in other songs and returns all the time. It's the song that really defines the film as a musical as well, so it also works in that aspect. And it's, you know, is also going to win animated feature. I don't need to say any more, so there we are. Whilst we're here, let's get some more obvious wins wrapped up. Best costume design, best production design, and best hair and makeup. Again, I think it's all going to Frankenstein because it's been sweeping the entire season again in all the categories at like the Critics' Choice Awards, at the Guild Awards for all these categories, and at the BAFTAs, Frankenstein won them all. And I do think these are going to be Frankenstein's kind of win of the night. I think Frankenstein will win all three of these categories. Best visual effects is the Avatar Award, and I don't think there's any doubt that Avatar, Fire and Ash will win this category. It's been winning everything else. Avatar always wins at it because no matter what you say about Avatar franchise, those visual effects and how it looks are absolutely stunning and quite literally groundbreaking, so it's always going to get it, and that's fine. Same with best sound. I think that's going to go to F1. It's a fine film with a fine premise, but the racing scenes and the sound design of it is very, very good. And it also won the big Sound Guild Prize as well, which kind of cemented it as winning. Best cinematography, it was interesting for a bit because it did seem that Sinners was leading the charge with it. But then Train Dreams won at Critics' Choice Award and got a lot of other guild prizes and other critics prizes, but then in the main precursors, One Battle After Another has been winning. And then last night at the ASC, the American Society of Cinematographer Awards, the big guild award of the season, One Battle After Another won, and because it has such a good alignment with what's in the Oscars, I think it's safe to say that One Battle After Another will win best cinematography. Best score is going to Sinners. Again, Ludwig has got this in the bag after winning the entire season and sweeping everything. It's crazy how much of a generational run he is having right now. After winning for Black Panther 2, also with Ryan Coogler, and Oppenheimer, one of the best film soundtracks ever in my opinion, and he probably has a very good shot at being nominated for The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan next year. It's so crazy, but it's very well deserved. Best editing has always been such a weird but interesting category because majority of the time the nominations are made up of Best Picture nominees, and often best editing is part of the winning package for films that win best picture, which is why this one is also between One Battle After Another and Sinners. I'm still going to go with One Battle After Another. It was winning best editing at all the other precursor awards show, and I think it's got it in the bag here. Best international feature I thought would be quite interesting because, first of all, brilliant lineup. It's a shame that No Other Choice isn't there because that's one of my favourite films of last year and really deserves it. Park Chan-wook, we will get you that nomination one day. But a brilliant lineup nonetheless. I think Sentimental Value does have this in the bag. One of the BAFTAs is also the fact it's in Best Picture, it's in Director, it has 4 acting nominations, it's also nominated everywhere else. It's got a very, very good nomination bag there, and I think the love for Sentimental Value, I don't think it's going to leave empty-handed, and I think international feature is a definite lock on this one. But I will say the love and support for Secret Agent is climbing every day. The love for that film, the love for the cast, especially Wagner Moura, who we'll get onto later, is massive. And also the fact that it also got into Best Picture and Best Actor and also Best Casting, which Sentimental Value actually didn't get into, is very interesting as well. I think if there was a shock in this category, it would be The Secret Agent, and I was very tempted at some point to put it with Amount of Love, but also the amount of love and support that Sentimental Value has, I think it will just get it. But I also wouldn't discount The Secret Agent either. I say Sentimental Value has a 75% chance of winning, and I put Secret Agent at 25%. But at the end of the day, I'm still going with Sentimental Value to win Best International Feature. Best Casting. Now, this is obviously a very interesting category because this is the first new category the Oscars have had since, I think, 2001 for Best Animated Feature. This is a completely new category. No film has ever won here, so we really cannot predict anything from past winners either. The only thing we can really look at is precursors with similar awards like Best BAFTA with casting and Best Golden Globes with casting and SAG Ensemble as well. BAFTA went to I Swear, which is not nominated, whilst Golden Globes and SAG Ensemble went to Sinners. And I think it's safe to say that this will also go to Sinners as well. The real question is, what is casting going to mean at the Oscars? Is casting going to be an award that also brings an acting prize along as well? Casting is celebrating the cast, who was picked to play these roles. Therefore, would it make sense that it might pick up a solo acting award with it? That would make sense. Or is casting going to be one of those awards where this film might not win a solo acting award in the 4 categories, but we still want to recognise its amazing cast and actors as well, so we're going to give it the casting prize. If Sinners wins Best Casting, does it bode well for it for the solo acting awards, or is that just going to be its acting award of the night? That's the real question. At the end of the day, I am still predicting Sinners to be the first ever award winner for Best Casting at the Oscars. Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Original Screenplay, they've been a wrap since the start. I think obviously Adapted Screenplay won Battle After Another. It won Best Adapted Screenplay at the Writers Guild Awards last night as well. The WGA for both original and adapted are basically so aligned with the Oscars that if you win that, you're basically winning there unless there's a major upset. And yeah, it's been sweeping the entire season. So yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson's definitely getting his first Oscar here, which is crazy to even say that, but thank God he's getting it for this film because it's very, very good. Best Original Screenplay, I think before the precursor series start, it was kind of like a toss-up between will Sinners get it? Sentimental Value is definitely also a player here, but also it was just an accident that was very well received as well. But after the season, Sinners got Original Screenplay everywhere, one of the BAFTAs, which was a big good win for that because it could have gone somewhere else. And then obviously Sinners won last night for Best Original Screenplay, and with One Battle After Another, it's kind of a wrap. Ryan Coogler will also be getting his first Oscar hopefully as well, which will be absolutely amazing, so well deserved. So yeah, screenplay categories are kind of locked. Now it's time to go on to the acting categories, which I would argue are the most exciting and chaotic categories of this year. 3 out of the 4 categories, I argue, are still incredibly up in the air and could go to anyone. And there's one that's just been a sweep the entire series, so let's just start with that. Best Actress, Jessie Buckley, come get your juice. Come get your Oscar, it's your time, girl. She has been sweeping in all the categories this season, probably one of the biggest sweeps ever. Been kind of interesting because the past 3 years, I think for Best Actress, I can't remember last time that Best Actress category was a complete sweep, but the past 3 years at the Oscars especially, it's been been like the biggest kind of like award of the night. They've been fun, they've been a bit chaotic because people get very passionate about it, but nonetheless, it's quite nice that this year that actress is just clean sweep. It's going to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. What an amazing performance. I love that film, but also I'm never watching it again because it made me absolutely devastated. She is amazing in that, and I'm so glad that she's getting her flowers. But at the end of the day, Jessie's winning, and I'm very happy with that. Right, the rest of the categories now, I generally don't know, and I find it exciting. I think I'll start with the one that I feel like maybe the most confident in, which is Best Supporting Actor. Like most of the acting categories this season, this one has been absolutely chaotic. Before the big precursor awards, Benicio del Toro was leading in all the critic circles and was leading by quite a lot. First award show, Critics' Choice Awards, Jacob Elordi won for The Creature in Frankenstein, which obviously wasn't very unexpected. And then at Golden Globes, Stellan Skarsgård won for Sentimental Value, and he was seen as a kind of frontrunner for a long time as well. And then he was very expected to win the BAFTA, but then he didn't win the BAFTA, and Sean Penn won the BAFTA, and then Sean Penn won Screen Actors Guild Awards. So safe to say this run has been absolutely chaotic but fun. That being said, I think I'm going to go with Sean Penn to win this award. I wouldn't say I'm 100% on this. I think there still could definitely be a shock, like with a Stellan Skarsgård, or even with Delroy Lindo. I know that he hasn't had any precursors at all, and this is his only nomination, but the love for Sinners and how he's been present at all the other precursor awards despite not being nominated, but also being the spokesperson for when Sinners has won Best Casting or Best Ensemble at SAG as well. That speech was very, very memorable. Delroy Lindo has been a presence that has been beloved, and the fact that he was only nominated for the Oscar bodes well for him, I do believe. I also kind of believe maybe Stellan Skarsgård could also be an upset here or big shock as well. I think that he really did need the BAFTA to be a lock as well. Same with Jacob Elordi. I think as Jacob Elordi really wanted to have a chance, he kind of needed to win SAG to have one of that. The fact that both Penn won the big industry award suggests that he is winning. Also, he's winning for a role that is really memorable and really meaty. It's a supporting role for a really villainous and hateable character, but who's kind of has a fun presence. And I know that he's won 2 Oscars before, and that definitely could be something that's in play. People might want to vote for someone else who hasn't won an Oscar before, but that hasn't stopped people like Frances McDormand winning recently or anyone like that. Also, the fact that Sean Penn not being there for receiving the awards, but also just kind of not being there campaigning too much, kind of keeping quiet, bodes well for him because him as a person is a bit but also people do like those award speeches. But it seems to me that there's no way that One Battle After Another is not coming away without an acting award, and Sean Penn for Best Supporting Actor for One Battle After Another seems to be its best bet right now. Maybe there could be a Delroy Lindo surprise, maybe even a Stellan Skarsgård surprise, but right now I'm going to be predicting Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. Best Supporting Actress, I'm literally saying this now, I have no idea. There are 3 ways I think it could go. Let's just start off with the Sentimental Value actresses. Great nominations, but I just don't know if the sentimental value votes are being split between those 2. Let's look at the main 3 now. Amy Madigan for Weapons, Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another, and Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners. This really could go to any of them, and it feels so close. Let's start with Amy Madigan. The pros for her is that she has won both Critics' Choice Awards and SAG. I know it's called the Actors Award, we're calling it SAG, don't care. She has the narrative and is very well liked in the industry. The only cons is that it's a horror film role, and they kind of always miss out at the Oscars, which is a shame because that unfortunately is what happens at the Academy Awards. And also, she is the only nomination from the film Weapons. I'm surprised Weapons didn't get into anywhere like screenplay or makeup or anything like that. She is the sole nomination, and it's very hard to win being the sole nomination. I think whilst Amy Madigan obviously has the best like precursor chances, and that she has that narrative as well, SAG love narrative winners. Sometimes that doesn't translate to the Oscars, so that's why I'm not 100% sure on her, but I could also still see it happening. For Teyana Taylor, pros for her is that she won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress and is part of the film that has a very high chance to win Best Picture. She is also one of the biggest faces of the film. Whilst Perfidia Beverly Hills is only in the first 15-20 minutes of a film, she creates such an impact that you feel her presence and her character and her influence throughout the entire film, despite not seeing her anywhere else. And she's also there every awards show talking about the film. She really is one of the biggest faces of it. Cons, she hasn't really won anywhere else. This season has been kind of weird with Critics' Choice Awards and Golden Globes were in like the first 2 weeks of January. Then we had a massive gap between SAG and BAFTA. Her not winning anywhere was kind of surprising, and maybe people decided to give Sean Penn the love and the acting award for One Battle After Another this season instead of her. But saying that, I think there is still so much love for her, and I think, again, it's one of those things being like there's pros and cons either side, and both of them are valid, so I think that she still has a good chance of winning as well. For Wunmi Masaku, Pros has actually won BAFTAs, which was a very, very big win for her in Sinners. Sinners also winning Best Ensemble at SAG, and there's a lot of support behind her, as well as also being part of one of the big films at the Oscars, which could maybe win Best Picture. Cons, she wasn't nominated at Golden Globes, and she obviously didn't win at the SAG Awards. I think if she won at SAG, it would have been completely wrapped. She would also win, like how Penn kind of is as well, or she'd have a very good chance of winning. So with that, it's very weird, because all three of these women, amazing, brilliant performances. I'm so glad I've managed to see all of them, and I think all of them have a very good chance of winning. It is not clean cut at all, and I really don't know what to do. I think I'm going to go with my gut. What my gut is saying, and maybe it's biased because I do want her to win, is to go with Wunmi Masaku, because like with One Battle After Another, I don't think Sinners is going to leave without an acting award. Could change my mind. I'm also very, very close to putting Amy Madigan first, so any of these I could put first or in any places, and it makes sense because it's good. I think for now I'm going to predict Wunmi Masaku to win Best Supporting Actress, but I'm probably going to change this tomorrow because I have no idea. Then we get to Best Actor. So at the start of this award season, everyone was predicting Timothée Chalamet to win for Marty Supreme, and then he was sweeping at the start, winning Critics' Choice Awards for Best Actor, and then Best Actor in a comedy or drama, or comedy or musical even, at the Golden Globes. And then it was kind of seen there, yeah, he's probably going to win. But then he lost BAFTA. But then everybody lost BAFTA because Robert Aramayo won for I Swear, so everyone nominated at the Oscars for Best Actor lost there. And then he lost the Actor Awards, or SAG, whatever, to Michael B. Jordan, which was chaotic as hell, but so much fun. And along with this kind of very strong campaign he's doing, Timmy is kind of falling through the ranks right now, and I'm very surprised, because a month ago he would be like a complete lock for number one, but it makes it all so exciting. Looking at the other nominees, Ethan Hawke, I think he's just happy to be there, does a great job in Blue Moon. He hasn't won anything anywhere. Maybe he could be like a massive shock of the night, but I really doubt it. Leonardo DiCaprio is very interesting, because I feel like he should have at least like one precursor win somewhere, because he is, the lead performance in one of the strongest films this season. He did win a few Critics' Prize. There's a lot of people out there who are now predicting Leo, so maybe there's a chance for Leo here. I really doubt it, but also I wouldn't say it's impossible. Then we have Michael B. Jordan. At the start of the season, he was only seen as getting a Golden Globe nomination, and that was it. And then he started winning everywhere else in the small critics circles, and then he was nominated at all the big precursor awards, and then he won SAG in this monumentous moment where Viola Davis kind of shouted out his name. Everybody was up celebrating, and it really felt like one of the biggest moments of the night. Sinners also won SAG Ensemble as well, and Sinners is like the cast film of the season, so it has massive momentum going into the Oscars anyway. I think there is not just a good chance, a massive chance that Michael B. Jordan could be taking the Oscar, and I think he could do it. I think he is probably number one right now. A lot of people are putting him as number one, rightfully so, because he is in that race. He is probably number one right now. It does make this category so much more interesting, and I definitely do think it's between Timmy and Michael right now, but we need to talk about Wagnamora in The Secret Agent. I would say he's in third place right now. There's just something about this performance and his presence throughout award season, the love for The Secret Agent and his Golden Globe win for Best Actor in a Drama, that he could surprise. There's so much love for the film, there's so much love for him, and whilst maybe it's not as viewed as much as the other Best Picture nominees, there's still a lot of love for it. I really don't know who to pick for this. Wagner for the no guts, no glory fun of it all, Michael B. Jordan for the momentum and support, but also the fact that he's got the love and he's got the industry award with SAG, whilst nobody's got the BAFTA, so he's got that. But Chalamet for the SATs, he has won the most so far, and he still has that love for his performance. Marty Supreme is beloved. This is Marty Supreme's big, chance for an Oscar tonight, and I feel like a lot of people still want that film to win big somewhere, and Timothée Chalamet is the way to go. I really don't know. I really want to go with Michael B. Jordan because, yes, it's biased, that's what everyone's going with, it makes sense. Like I said, Sinners is winning in at least one acting category. But the thing is, for me, I'm already going with Wunmi Masaku, and I don't know if they're going to give Sinners, more than one acting awards. Part of me is just wanting to look, I'll stick with Timmy, even though I'm not 100% sure. Because if Timmy doesn't win, I'd be happy to lose that prediction because I'll be so happy with the shock. Whilst if Timmy does win, I'll be you know what, it's there the entire time kind of thing. So I might stick with Timmy, not because I think he's going to win, just because it's the safest choice, and if he doesn't win, I'll be incredibly happy not winning and not winning the predictions and being shocked. And it's also because I believe in Wunmi Masaku to win. Even then, part of me is do I change it from Wunmi, because we're going back to supporting actress now, guys, do I change it from Wunmi Masaku to Amy Madigan and then pick Michael B. Jordan for acting? That's like also what I want to do, and I bet you this is going to change like the night before the Oscars, but I'm still going to lock in Timothée Chalamet to win. For Best Director, this is Paul Thomas Anderson's time. I think he's finally getting his flowers after all these years, and it's very deserved. I could maybe see somehow a Ryan Coogler shock, and it's probably a shame that it won't happen this year, but also Paul Thomas Anderson deserves his flowers, he deserves this as well, but I could see Ryan Coogler as like the alternative. He is in second place, but I think Best Director is also wrapped. And here we are, the final category of the night, Best Picture. This is such a good lineup. It's really better than last year in my opinion, and I think it's one of the best of this decade as well. I wouldn't say there's any duds, maybe F1, but like it's not that bad either, it's just fine. 2025 was such a brilliant year for films, and there are so many others that also deserve to be in this lineup. I'm just so glad that cinema as a medium is getting better and better, and it's getting celebrated, and it's so fun to have all these films to watch. For me, One Battle After Another is still my pick to win currently, but it's not as locked as it used to be. And even when I wrote the script originally, I said it was 60% One Battle After Another's, 40% Sinners. I generally think it might be 52% One Battle After Another, 48% Sinners. It's Brexit all over again. I'm going to go One Battle After Another just because I think it's, in terms of preferential ballots, because of that, how it works in terms of like, instead of it people voting one film, they rank all the best pictures, and then each round they eliminate one and then they do it again. It's a whole fiasco. But they vote the same way with that with the PGA, and guess what won the PGA? One Battle After Another. PGA is always very in line with the Oscars. The last time it wasn't was 1917, because Parasite actually won Best Pictures over 1917. And this year you could argue it is kind of giving that, because Parasite obviously won Best Ensemble at SAG and then went on to win the Oscar for Best Picture. Sinners did win Best Ensemble. Sinners, with this momentum and absolute love as well, some people might be like, One Battle After Another's been like predicted all season, and like I kind of want like a big moment, why don't we go, vote Sinners? That also could be, how people go. That's why I think it's so incredibly close. How exciting to have two absolutely incredible films that are so timeless but also so timely go up together, these titans of films, and any other year probably would win. It's a shame that we can't award both these films unless they want to do a tie, but I don't know if people would be happy with that. But I think I'm still going to go with One Battle After Another to win. I did see some people say that they might do a thing where they give One Battle After Another the directing and Sinners the picture win. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Sinners won, and I'd be very, very happy if it did. I'm still going to go with One Battle After Another just because I don't know. That's what I think I'm just going to go with that, and I think I don't want to spiral it into not knowing. I'm just going to stick with that. It's going to be a fun night. This award season has been very unpredictable but fun, and so many categories have been so chaotic throughout the season, and it's been so much fun to watch that. I can't wait to see what I actually get right, what I'll probably get wrong, but let me know what your predictions are and who you want to win as well. It's been a long season. I'm ready for it to be wrapped up and start thinking about what's going to happen this year in film, which is already so exciting, and I will see you in the next video.